Yeah. We back with another one. We back, man. How y'all doing today, man? Hold on, man. Let me get this together for
Good
y'all real quick,
deal,
bro.
people.
I got background noise in here. I gotta close this up for y'all one time, bro.
Oh yeah, we live. Y'all know how it is, though. Y'all know how it is. We
Y'all
appreciate y'all
know.
for coming in once
Oh
again.
yeah.
For the We the People podcast.
Oh
And it's
yeah.
so
Oh yeah. Cause
yeah.
it's the crew. We back. You
Once
feel
again,
me? It's your boy Tree.
It's your boy Bullet.
it's your boy L.
Man, and we back with another one, man. This is a good one, bro. We back. It's episode 16. We got
So,
Chef Jeff in the building, man.
oh,
Uh, one
16
of
of them
Kansas
things.
City's most decent, finest,
Honest with the
cuisines,
wrist, with the
chef
wrist,
flicker
whip,
of the wrist.
whipping it up.
We gonna bring him on and let
Yes.
him introduce himself and tell y'all a little bit about what we got going on tonight. So let's give it up, man, for my boy Jeff in the building, man. Let's give it up for him one time, one
Good,
time.
Jeff.
Well, hey man, I just want to say thank you, fellas, for allowing me to join this amazing platform. So just a little back history about me. I was born and raised here in Kansas City, Missouri. I represent Kansas City to the fullest.
Believe
How I got into cooking, man, just watching my parents when I was a kid, just being quiet, seeing how they operated in the kitchen. Um, But fast forward to 2014, I went to culinary school locally here at a school called L'École Culinaire, and I graduated in 2016 with honors with my degree in culinary arts and restaurant management. From there, I worked
completed,
at
brother.
several restaurants so I could cut my teeth, but my plan was to always to have my own establishment business. So while I was coming up through these jobs I was learning. But about 2019, I converted from doing bigger caterings to a personal slash private chef. And in 2021, I started my company called the Total Chef Experience. And from there, I do a plethora of things in the culinary world. I teach culinary classes. I still do some smaller caterings. I got some partnership stuff that I do behind the scenes. And food is something that is very important. There's not a lot of good information out there when it comes to food. And with this gift that I was blessed with, I just want to be able to share this information with people that don't know a lot about what a good quality meal is because frankly not a lot of people really get to even eat good quality foods, and that's really a sad thing, especially being in the most powerful nation in the world. So I'm excited to get into this information tonight.
So
Yeah, man. So man, let's give it up for man for Jeff and everything, you know, from how he come through with everything.
Completed intro.
real chef in the
Uh
business.
real chefing in the building, man. Let's also give it up to everybody watching, man. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, wherever you at, we want to shout y'all out too, because nothing without y'all.
Love y'all. So we love
Yeah, we
y'all.
definitely love y'all, man. But yeah, man, like you said, we got a packed show, man. Uh, I'm gonna be putting down at the bottom tonight. If y'all look, it's gonna be right down there. Uh,
Right by
the
Jeff.
information where y'all can reach him at his platforms, all his contacts, information for y'all to reach him if y'all want to, you know, reach out to him, you know, book him or whatever. At the end of this, I'll go ahead and I'm gonna put it up there. It's gonna post, but I'm gonna just let y'all know so y'all can reach out to him, get at him if you want to.
Get at 'em.
But
Yeah.
Jeff, man, talk a little bit about the journey to becoming Chef Jeff, because I know just a little backstory on when I met you,
Yeah,
you was Big Jeff, you know what I'm saying? You was rapping. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm singing hooks for you. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yo,
I remember you from back then. So like, how did you
I didn't even
transition
realize that
into?
till now, bro.
Right.
Yeah, so how did you
Yeah.
transition into from DJ rapper, you know what I'm saying, into Chef Jeff or Chef JD, um, and become the success that you have become today doing what you love to do?
well, honestly, I've always loved art. Like it has always been my thing. I've always enjoyed music from the time that I was young, hearing songs, hearing my parents play old school music throughout the 80s to understanding what hip hop was. I've always had this thing about art in me, and culinary arts is an art form, and it's for me, it's about good food, quality food, nice food. So my journey, when I graduated from high school, I had other options. I could have went to college for football, but I needed to take that gap year because school, I just needed a break. So after that year, I entered corporate America, had a pretty decent job, and I just wasn't happy. I could have advanced in my workplace, but I just didn't like. I wasn't happy just going to work every day. I didn't feel fulfilled. So around 25 or 26 years old, that's when I really rediscovered my love and my passion for food. So I started doing my research on schools here local, found a couple, visited the campuses, and I liked them. But like some of these schools were upward of $100,000, and that's a lot
That's crazy.
for
Yeah, that's wild.
school. And so at 31, I started culinary school. And what I would tell people is if I would have went to culinary school right after high school, I don't think I would have appreciated it as
Right.
much as I do now. And I say that because when I started school, my class had 30 people in it. It was only six of us that graduated from culinary school. Now, when it comes to cooking and those processes, you have to be creative, you have to know math, and really cooking is about science. So, um, when you are in culinary school, it's a lot of book work all over again. It's a lot of reading, it's a lot of math, it's a lot of studies, it's a lot of labs. So, and the school that I went to was in accelerated programs, so everything moved very fast.
Mm.
Mhm.
You had to
Hmm.
be on point with it. And so the whole time that I was in school, I was a leader. We had this program called the Ambassador Leadership Program, and for my entire tenure at the school, I was in that program, and I graduated with a 3.875 GPA. And the reason why it wasn't a 4.0 is because I had to take 10 weeks off of school. I had to have surgery, and also I had a teacher in my critical reading class, and he wasn't okay. And so nobody in that class got over a B minus. So
Why is it always that type of teacher,
right, right. So I
bro?
mean, but school it really taught me a lot about food because when we were younger, eating like our parents kind of did their best, but now we're in the age of accessibility. So if I can help to lead the charge or to even add my 2 cents into helping one person change their mindset, then I did my job.
Man, that's real.
Man, you said touch on something like our parents did our best, their best. Man, I feel like our parents did way better job than what we're doing now because I didn't eat half of the stuff I'm eating now when I was little at all. I didn't even get to eat out.
Hmm.
So it's
Oh,
like,
you mean like the way they had you on lockdown as far as eating in the house and eating
Like
healthier?
yeah, as far as like eating
yeah,
home
bro.
cooked meals
We was
opposed
eating
to
home
like
cooked meals.
fast
Yeah,
food and stuff like that. I
no,
get it.
yeah,
Yeah,
no fast food.
I
and
think
Only
I
only
can
person
see
that got us fast food is my granny on the Sunday.
it. And so
McDonald's.
like
it's a mixed bag. I think it depends on where you was at. You know what I'm saying? Where you grew up at in the city, things
yeah,
like that. You know,
because
or
I mean I agree to a certain extent, but I also know that two things can be true at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because like I would say, and like when we was kids, like the younger age, yeah, mama didn't really have it like that, so had to be the home cook. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But as
right.
we got older, around late middle school, high
Oh
school
yeah,
years, mamas
yeah.
came up,
I agree
and
with
money
you.
started
Yeah, I
looking a
agree
little
with you.
different,
Mm.
and they don't
Yeah,
want
But
feel
shit,
like cooking
that's
all
when
the
my mama got
time.
on the healthy kick.
Yeah, and see, my mama was at work. Then we was with grandma, so you know, grandma cooking. You gonna eat whatever she
right.
cooking, and y'all might go out to eat every blue moon. You feel what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it's a kind of a give and take with that a little bit. I can't necessarily say that we're better. I know we're a lot more lenient when it comes to
Yeah,
that than
Yeah,
our parents was.
but
Our parents would be like flat out no,
even with the
and you
junk
better not
food and
ask again. Yeah. And with
mhm.
us, I know for me personally, like Legacy, like the other day, so we at Chinese restaurant getting food, and Arlena's like, "What do you want?" She's like, "Fries," and it's like, "Well, they don't got that." She's like, "Well, I don't want this thing." You know what I'm saying? So she's like, "Well, you can eat some at
is
the house."
is his phone messing up? Hold on, y'all.
yeah. You having some issues, cause
Yeah, okay, okay.
Going out. Y'all can't
Yeah,
y'all
it's
hear me?
going in and out.
it's just we can't really see you or hear you for the most part. It's like really you losing a lot of connectivity.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me adjust real quick.
I thought I was tripping. I'm like, man, I hope
No,
that's
I was trying to make sure I wasn't tripping. That's why I didn't want to say
Uh,
nothing for a minute. I should have said something a long time ago.
you said, is it good now? Can y'all see me?
yeah,
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 Y'all can hear me good?
yep.
yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure y'all can hear me good. All right. But yeah, man, like I don't necessarily know if we're better. I will say we're a lot more lenient uh than our parents were for sure. But speaking on that, as us being kids, there was something that me and Jeff that you wanted to touch on, and that was dealing with childhood hunger. Can you elaborate as far as what you mean by that and why that subject is so important to you?
So childhood hunger in this country is an epidemic all on its own. So just a few numbers to back it. 1 in 5 children in America don't get enough food to eat on a daily basis, right? So, and 17% of this country, 17% of the children in this country, they live in poverty. So there are systems that are put in place. I feel like that stifle parents from being able to feed their children. Okay, so as of 2007, as of 2022, 13.9 million children lived in households that have food insecurity.
Hmm.
And so that means that a parent can't always feed their kid the amount of foods that they should be eating. So since then, over these past two years, it has improved like 4%. But we got a very long way to go because at the end of the day, I feel like all school lunch should be free
Yes.
because there's a lot of children in this country that they only get to eat when they go to school.
Cool, yeah,
So that early breakfast program, and then they're eating lunch, but the school lunches aren't that good as well.
yeah.
And
That is
then if they're lucky, they'll have a link program after school to where
Right.
they'll get a snack, but that's it. So if a kid is in link and they eat their snack at 4 p.m. and they don't get back to school until 6:30 the
To get
next
breakfast.
day, that's 14 and a half hours that they are not getting food. And to be honest,
That's sad.
when a child is in class and their stomachs is growling, that growling stomach hurts their concentration because a child should not be stressed out about not being able to eat because they really don't understand why they are not able to eat foods. And so
Right.
a parent, um, sometimes parents do their best, but sometimes they don't do their best and they prioritize other things over actually feeding a child that they helped produce that should be their number one priority.
Man, hey, you just touched on
What you
something
speaking
real.
on, brother? Them selling of the stamps.
Uh,
That or it's just like or parents will buy materialistic things opposed to feeding their kids. Now, they have campaigns. They have a campaign called No Kid Hungry, and there's a nonprofit organization called Share Our Strength that it will accept donations from around the country from people, from restaurants, from food banks, but there's a lot of dollars that are placed all over the world when you got to take care of your backyard first.
Right.
And
right.
children are our future, and they need a good balanced nutritious meal because they are still developing. And so if they are not eating the proper things or eating enough, that's a problem. And we as a country, we have to solve it because they are our future. So the next generations should be standing on our shoulders and the next generations after that. That's how you grow.
No, that's facts.
Hey,
Mhm.
That's definitely facts, bro. Cause I think you touched on something as far as like with the kids that's only able to eat when they go to school, and then touched
mm-hmm.
on the fact that the lunches aren't that good. And I can think back to even when like now elementary school, I don't know, cause to us at that time, I think it was like it was decent,
Oh
I
no,
guess.
our lunches was bussing.
We
No, I'm
love those
saying when
little
we was
juice boxes and everything, but
yeah.
Right.
that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you right.
but I'm saying when we got to high school, like the lunch was terrible, bro. Like
Yeah.
we didn't even eat the school lunch. Everybody went to the snack line, or you
Where
went to the little chicken
See,
strips, fries,
let
or
me
you
say
went
this.
somewhere around the school to go get you something to eat.
yeah, yeah.
I lived
Go
the
ahead,
tale
bro.
of two lives. You know what I'm saying? Because I went to Hickman. When I went to Hickman, you right, bro, bro. Nothing. We out. We didn't even care about lunch. But when I went to Lee Summit North, bro, it was a whole different ball
Who
game.
was
They
busting?
had, yeah, bro, they had
Nigga,
everything that you
steak,
can think
nigga.
of, bro. Bro, these niggas is eating filet mignon. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? Like, bro,
Because
they're
of
getting
the
Domino's food.
proximity. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
Yeah.
it hit
like
different, bro.
taking
It's
from Ruskin to Grandview, nigga. Grandview had
mm-hmm,
Taco Bell and shit in there.
mm-hmm,
And, you know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
Hey,
way different.
It was way
Ruskin
different,
ain't got
bro.
No,
no restaurant in there.
And
Like,
I don't feel like that's fair either because that's like what 10 miles away, 5 miles away in some cases, like, and they're getting whole different lives,
yeah,
getting
whole
like,
lifestyle.
mm-hmm.
and that goes into something else that I wanted to touch on because you bring that up, and it's like election time, right? And I don't know if I've even heard that type of a topic or conversation being brought up, what I'm saying, on either side, and as far as on the presidential level or at the state level. You feel what I'm saying? So I
The
feel like it's a
disparity in the schools.
conversation. Yeah, not just that, but as far as the like you said, the food programs and free
Right,
lunch. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like regardless of where you are, because just because somebody might live out there and go to that school, they still might not be as fortunate as some of those other kids. And that lunch that they get in that school, the only one they get, and they gotta pay for it. You feel what I'm saying?
What does the
And
lottery
that's
pay
and
for? Wasn't the
and then
lottery for schools?
supposedly,
Like that.
sup- supposedly, and see, they will tell us whatever they want to tell us because not a lot of people will actually take the time to research into those subjects and topics. So I feel like it's crazy that people in impoverished locations have to struggle to pay for trash food, and food should be free because if they can send money to other countries for war or for all these other
Aid,
things,
Billions and
drop
billions
you
of
got
dollars.
to
stuff,
take
right?
care of your backyard first. And at the end of the day, man, I can't stress that enough. Like, I try to share this information with as many people as I can about it. Like, school lunch should be free, and like there should be a special budget allocated for that
Right.
every year,
Yes.
all
Yeah,
schools.
that's what I.
Message.
like, nah, for real, bro.
Not for real.
Shoot,
Not for
for real.
real.
Why can't we grow our own food? You know what I'm
We
saying?
can.
Why we
I've done it.
So, so how we can grow our own foods is really just starting to do research, but there's a lot of people that are starting their own herbs and tomatoes and chilies and peppers within the confines of their home. Now, it's a plus if you have a little bit of land or a backyard to where you can start your own flower beds. And even in cities like New York, where there's not a lot of green space in certain boroughs, some people are actually starting these grow ops on their roofs.
mm,
Yeah. Hmm.
So if they got a 6x6, a 4x4 little space, they are growing their own foods because price of foods is astronomical now. And store-bought stuff don't always have the best quality when you are trying to purchase. Now, something that I will say is like stores like Aldi. Um, Not a lot of people know the backstory of Aldi, but if you like Aldi, and if you notice in certain areas there's Aldi, but then if you also like Trader Joe's, it's the same store,
oh, really?
same exact store. The backstory is two brothers from Germany. They had a dispute. One stayed in Germany, one moved to California or
Mm.
Florida, and one kept the name Aldi, and the other one switched the name to Trader Joe's. So
Oh,
them
Audie
same
sound like
foods
something from another
that is
movie.
at Aldi, they will be increased in price at
At
Trader
Trader
Joe's,
Joe's.
but it's the same foods, different packaging.
Trader Joe's pretty decent prices. I don't know. I like
I
Trader
mean,
Joe's.
no, yeah, but it's higher than Aldi. But if you notice, they don't have any Trader Joe's in the urban cores, but they're mainly in the better kept areas.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
on the west side,
Factuals.
Overland Park. You know.
Yeah.
And that's crazy, man. But speaking of, we're talking about the foods and all those type of things and kids and all that type of stuff. This was a topic that was important to me when we were talking about food color and additives and how it correlates to mental health. Because I remember one time I seen something about like hot
Look
tacos or
red.
whatever, and
Yeah, I remember seeing
they
something.
was kids was being having effects with their mental health and some even with their
ADD or
physical health.
something
They
like
was
that.
I think a couple of something happened to where kids got sick, like sick, and they I guess eating them all the time. So I had sent it to my daughters, like, bro, I ain't gotta start watching what y'all eat. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all at the age now to where mom and dad ain't buying you snacks. You're going to go get what you
Hmm.
like on your own. So you need to be cognitive of what you putting in your body and understand what
Look,
it is. But
Right.
touch on a little bit about that and that important and how that correlation goes hand in hand with those things a little bit.
Okay, so I will start off by saying I tell people this: read that food label, turn it around, take them extra few minutes because those extra few minutes reading that label could literally save your life. Okay, so there are a lot of like synthetic dyes and additives. So I'm going to speak on the synthetic dyes and what they are deriving from and why they are so poisonous. Okay, you have red 3, red 40, blue 1, blue 2, yellow 5, yellow 6.
Mm.
These can heighten the neural behavioral problems and issues that can help to develop AD, ADD and ADHD, right?
Yeah.
So, and these food dyes are specifically targeted towards kids because their brains are still developing. So they are underdeveloped. Now, everybody can get sick from these, but a lot of these foods they target and they market to kids because if you all think about it, we all grew up loving these different type of fruity cereals like Trix and Count Chocula and candy, especially Kool-Aid. Okay, think
Cool.
about
Man,
how
hey,
they used
bro.
to sell Kool-Aid, sometimes 24 pack, sometimes $12
Oh
for a
yeah.
pack, right?
Yeah.
And so us using sugar the
12
way
for
that
a
we used to
dollar.
use it, sugar is a chemical that there has been research that has stated that sugar is more addictive than heroin and cocaine.
I
So,
believe that
I believe it
right,
because I have to have a
Hey,
cup of coffee
you
every
found
morning.
every day, every morning,
Every
and
bro,
day.
every morning. And if I don't, I got an attitude.
Bro, me too,
and
bro. Me too, bro.
and
Matter of
see
fact, I need one now.
some people they look at sugar like, oh, it's just sugar. No, it's just not, because the same way that you would not feed your children or family any type of drugs, um, you know, cocaine, heroin, pills, then sugar should be approached with that same thing. Now,
in caution, sure.
absolutely. And then some of the additives is monosodium glutamates, also known as MSG,
SG
right?
for sure. Yeah.
So one of the main things
That
that they
seems like
do
good.
is,
Mm-mm.
and they will add that to your food to make you feel fuller, and that's not good. And here's another one: titanium dioxide,
Mm.
Mm.
and these are all
Titanium.
chemicals.
What did you just say, boy? Bro,
Ti-
what?
ti-
The
Titanium
fuck?
dioxide,
I like
and
chewing on it.
so
So,
so if you are reading the back of these labels, you will
Bro,
see,
did you hear
okay,
what this man just said, bro? Titanium
titanium
dioxide.
dioxide. Yeah,
Nigga
it's
sound like some
crazy.
shit you ain't supposed to be eating.
right.
Bro,
Now,
Sound like you chewing on a computer chip or something or something.
it sound like you about
man,
to turn into Wolverine.
Some
facts.
bleach.
And it's crazy because you will see a lot of these names, and if they got super long names and stuff like that on the back of it. Now, certain things that are just like salt and sodium, they'll have certain names. We know what sodium is, but
Yeah.
if it's some names that you have to look at and kind of,
Hmm.
okay, how do you pronounce this?
Hydrochloric, some additive, you
Yes,
know what I'm saying? Yeah,
it is
yeah.
not good to have in your body because these are all chemicals.
German.
Another one is, I will tell people this: if you're gonna drink like juice or pop, drink the full strength, whatever, because there's a chemical called aspartame,
Yes.
and aspartame is basically it's an artificial sweetener chemical
Oh yeah.
compound
Terrible.
that has adverse side effects on everybody's body.
That's the sweet and
And
low and Splenda.
uh,
Yeah, stuff like Splenda.
yeah, Splenda, sweet and low. So I tell people, if you're gonna drink a pop or a soda, drink the full
Don't get
thing
the diet.
because
Yeah.
you are not adding any benefit to thinking that, oh, I want to do this. And then
Drink a
One
Diet
of the
Coke.
main chemicals that you see in foods is called maltodextrin.
Mm.
And that is a chemical, it's a white powder that is derived from corn and white potatoes and wheat and rice. And that is in pretty much everything. Corn and high fructose corn syrup is pretty much in everything that you look at.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
everything that you could possibly consume. So yeah, man, it's a shady game out here, and these foods have been studied for many decades,
Mm.
well before we even knew what they were. They all have a purpose,
Corn
Mm-hmm.
syrup.
and
That's
that,
crazy.
yeah, yeah,
BBL
Yeah.
juice just all in your soda.
that's
BBL juice is wild.
no doubt.
All in your
Bro, this nigga just
yeah.
Man,
smacked it.
it's crazy,
Bro.
man. So he really just smacked us, bro. Like really dropping some jewels, man. Information on us, man. Like seriously. And we got a lot of people in the building right now. So shout out to y'all. I'm glad y'all here. We all learning
What's the
together right
deal,
now.
y'all?
We
Exactly.
all getting this information together. But while I got y'all attention, just for a quick 5 seconds, man, please make sure y'all go over to our
Mm-hmm.
YouTube page, man, Instagram, share, subscribe, whatever.
Yes.
Tell
Like,
a
share,
friend, please,
subscribe, and cash app us $1. Or
man.
we about to try to get up so we can get this super chat going and all that and get it a little more
Oh
lit, you know.
yeah, oh
Because
yeah,
remember,
oh
everything
yeah,
y'all
for
push
sure.
us, this grows for y'all, so on and so forth. Let's
Yes,
get this
sir.
thing.
So yeah,
Now, on the flip side of these unnatural flavors, you have three natural
appreciate. Sorry about that, Jeff, but appreciate the
compounds.
subscription, Datron.
Thank you.
You have a natto seed, which that is naturally a red. It's an actual seed that they can pull like red colors
Die
from
from it.
orange dyes. There's another one that's natural, which is which is very healthy for you, turmeric, and that's used in
Mm,
a lot of foods. It is yellow. You can make it
Yeah.
orange, but
Orange.
then
Yeah.
there's this little berry
Mexicans using it.
called,
Indians.
yeah, absolutely, in a lot of foods. And so when you are reading these food labels, there are things that are healthy, uh, and then there's another one, black currants, and black currants are these small berries that are darker color. So if you need like a blue color, purple, and also when it comes to black currants, they help with eczema.
Mm.
They
mm.
help with wound healing. They help with high blood pressure and high cholesterol as well. And so
Gotta do my
eczema
homework.
on its own is a food allergy condition, and not a lot of people know that's why certain people only have certain flare-ups at certain times, because it's something that they're eating that is triggering and activating the the eczema rash to pop up. Now,
Oh.
for a lot of people that are still eating these synthetic food dyes that I mentioned earlier, a lot of them are derivatives of pork, and they are pulling these colors from animals. So a person that doesn't eat meat, so if they're a vegetarian, if they are plant-based, if they are vegan, um, they're still eating pork, because a lot of these food dyes are chemical compounds, of course, but they are derived from pork.
And I'm glad you said that.
Hey,
And you
yeah,
talked on Kool-Aid earlier, bro, because this
Yeah.
is the person that put me up on. I'm talking about, bro. I make the big pictures of Kool-Aid, man, the house party
better
styles
believe it,
to the
buddy.
tour, all that.
Mm.
And I was
Dun
talking
dun.
about it one day, like on Facebook like, man, I just made a fire picture of Kool-Aid, and bro was like, yeah, bro. He educated me on it real quick. I went on Google, looked it up. I'm like, ah, bro, poured the whole picture right there. Like, I ain't finna get it to my kid. We don't, or my family, we don't eat pork. So why would I try to have something with that is got like additives in it? You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Straight from
Yeah.
the
and it's
pig.
crazy because been drinking it for years, bro. Never
Pig
knew
pouch. Mm.
pig powder, basically.
Hey,
Wow.
I want to
And so I'm,
ask you real quick.
uh,
When you was talking about the eczema, real quick, you were saying that certain foods cause flare-ups or the food allergies. Okay, I'm a person that has extremely bad allergies. I also have asthma. I also have eczema all my life. What is a food that is triggering it? Because I know one thing that I'm extremely allergic to, and but I always keep going back.
I
But
mean,
I'm trying to figure out what would it be.
so in order for you to really know how to eat for yourself is you should eat for your blood type,
Yeah.
And that's
right?
the perfect segue into our next
Yeah.
topic.
Absolutely. So what you should go do is get a blood test. Also get,
I got a weird blood type, bro. It's something weird, and then
but
it's deeper than that. I'm extremely lactose intolerant. It's weird, bro.
we actually all are, because to
Not
be
supposed to
honest,
drink milk. Yeah.
we are not supposed to be consuming milk
Mhm.
from other animals. Now, even drinking almond milk, like Silk and all these other products, they're not what they are marketed as.
Mhm.
But
Mm,
you can create your own milk. But okay, so when it comes to eczema and eating for your blood type, okay, there's a set of vegetables that are called nightshade vegetables, right?
Yeah, I've heard
So
of that before.
so okra falls in that category, white potatoes, eggplants, and tomatoes. That's just a few, right? So nightshade vegetables, they all have in common this chemical compound called alkaloids, right? Now, when it comes to alkaloids, those are mainly found in plants. Now, tomatoes and eggplants and stuff like that are healthy, even okra. But because those nightshade vegetables have certain chemicals in it, they can trigger, if you have an autoimmune disease, and they can trigger your trigger inflammation within your body if you have arthritis. So eating nightshade vegetables is something that a lot of people should avoid. So eating for your blood type, it's a situation that you want to go get checked, and you want to make sure that you are eating specific foods that, and so documentation is important. So if you eat a certain thing and you are noticing every time you are getting rashes or you feel different, because your body will most definitely speak to you at all costs. And so eating for your blood type is something that everybody should go do, because if you have insurance, use that insurance, because it's a lot of things that you can find out about your blood type, which is your genetic makeup, that
Mhm.
will help you to eat better and to have less of these issues.
For
mm.
sure.
And I was glad that you touched on that because like my wife and both of my two youngest daughters, I mean sorry, daughters, my two youngest kids, my daughter and my son, they both got it or whatever. And that's crazy though. And I believe that, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you are what you eat. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And not to make this a religious thing, but the Bible also teaches that what we put in our bodies, you know what I'm saying, will have an effect, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
on the outside, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that we touched on that because a lot of people don't even know they blood type. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I can be honest and say I didn't know my blood type until it was time for me to have my heart surgery, and it was a necessity for me to know. You know what I'm saying at that time. Um, and
I only know
so
because
I'm
of Army.
glad that you,
I
yeah,
know
see,
because
like
my
certain
me
things.
and my mama don't have the same blood type, and we was mixing, so that's the only reason I know. Like I wasn't supposed to be here.
So like when you speak on that, I think that's very important because a lot of people don't know and don't I don't think take into consideration that your DNA makeup, you know what I'm saying, is what it is for a reason. And there's certain things that's why it's so crazy. God don't make no mistakes. That's why I believe there were dietary laws because he knew y'all certain people, certain genetic makeups aren't going to be able to eat certain things and have a long life, you feel lifespan. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Your
Yeah,
lifespan is gonna be shorter because you're putting things in your body that your body recognizes as toxic.
as
You know what
as
I'm
the
saying?
Not to go off topic, but I really think it's the damn cow, bro. Because bro, you know how you, bro. I'm sorry, but you know what I believe. You know
Yeah,
who I believe we are, bro. There was no
yeah.
cows here before the Spanish got here, bro. You know what I'm saying? They brought the cows here. Now look, you see what I'm
Now
saying,
look, nigga, the mad cow
know.
disease, huh?
I
bro?
know.
I'm trying to
I know.
tell you.
Chicken is. I'm a blood type B, and you know what I'm saying. And according to my blood type diet, I ain't supposed to eat chicken at all, and I can tell the difference from when I.
Another made up animal.
And I don't know if they made up or not, but I
They
know
made
if
up, bro.
I eat
They
chicken wings, they'll say
chicken
from
used to look like a damn a
way better.
raven.
Yeah, that's.
Now it's all fat, like a
I might
turkey.
stop now. To be honest. Yeah.
And to be honest, like eating like certain types of chicken, like people don't understand that most of these animals in our country are fed grains and corn, and that's what pretty much fattens them up. Now,
Yeah.
if you get a free range
Modified corn.
chicken, if you get a right, because corn, which comes from maize, which
Maze.
Maize.
is
Yes, there you go. Preach, preacher.
way different from like 2 or 300 years ago.
Yes.
Man,
Hmm. That's what
And
we was
so,
originally eating.
absolutely. So when people are getting now, the thing about certain foods, organic foods, like they have certain standards that can make them organic, but that's even getting
Right.
less these
Right.
days.
Yep.
And so, like, okay, if you know a farmer and if you was to say to buy beef directly from a farm that had butchered it, you can just see the difference in the color and the fat marbling, and
Right.
it's a totally different thing. Like they add these synthetic food dyes to preserve the
Fillers.
color for
Hmm.
what they sell into the stores.
Right.
Hmm.
because
Now,
people don't know what real meat is supposed to look like. So
Mhm.
you
100%.
see it in the grocery store and they done painted it with this red, make it look extra fresh,
Yeah.
and it don't
Something
even supposed to look like that. But
Yep.
in its original state, it don't look like that.
it's dead, so it ain't supposed to look alive like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
like
like it's freshly dead.
Yeah, it
and
don't supposed to look like that.
When I
and
noticed, they
even
just
the
died.
egg yolks from a free range farm, the
The
egg
egg.
yolks is almost orange, but in the stores they're yellow and they're light yellow. That's not natural.
Right.
Hmm.
Natural. Yeah.
See, I'm glad
Which-
we touched on that. And speaking of like free range and all those type of things, we can touch on like local city farms.
Right.
Um, I'm not in Kansas City right now. I know you all are. I'm down here DFW area, and so like I was explaining to L and Jeff before we came on live, we have farmers markets down here everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So you can go get you some fresh
Bro.
produce. You can go get you some fresh eggs, things like that, straight from you know what I'm saying from the ground or straight from the source instead of having to go to the store and getting the ones that they got from the factory.
We
that's
we
mass
do
producing these items.
we do too, but it's highly overlooked
Right.
because I
No,
feel
I
like
know y'all do. I know y'all
yeah,
do.
I feel no, I'm not even just talking about the one downtown. I'm talking about other farmers markets. There's plenty of
Oh
other
yeah,
cities that have farmers markets. Grandview has one.
yeah. I
Raymore,
was
you know
just
what I'm
about to
saying?
say
Belton,
Grandview.
you know what I'm saying? Bro, y'all got to touch in with these people. They're giving food away. They're giving food away.
Really.
Mm. And
And
that's another
so,
thing. Go ahead, Jeff. My fault.
no, 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 no. You.
I was just gonna say that's another thing. A lot of people don't look into that. Bro, the city market, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it's right down there, bro, and it's open. It's not expensive to go down there and get you some fresh
Cheap.
produce.
Yeah,
It's
River Market
very
got some
cheap.
cheap
River
produce.
Market, yeah, man, they got some cheap produce down there. You go
And
to
you
the
can use your
store, you get a
stamps.
And use your stamps. Yeah.
we have to start using the resources that we do have. We focus so much on the things that we don't have, but there are things in place. We just don't take advantage of them as much as we should. As high as groceries are right now, that single mother should be at the city market every chance she gets and has when she needs to go get some produce, vegetables and fruits
That's
for her
true.
babies.
That's
You know what
true.
I'm saying? Every chance she
Even
has.
noodles, they got noodles, handmade noodles. They got all type of stuff. Yeah,
I think the problem is a lot of the people, unfortunately, like from lower income households, lack cooking skills. You know, like it's not even like it's
Yeah,
very
and that's a
intimidating for
whole
somebody.
nother thing, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, of how
you know,
our lifestyle, our life skills. You
and
feel
I
what
know
I'm
Chef
saying?
know what I'm talking about because like me, I grew up a latchkey baby. You know what I'm saying? So my mama would go to work at the end of the day, and she would have the food already made for me or whatever that I need to warm up. And then I kind of like later in life learned how to cook kind of from my grandma asking questions, and then more so on my own when I was on my own. But you know, if it wasn't for those little experiences, I really would have been
maybe I just
SOL. You know what I'm saying?
I
Out
don't know.
here,
I just must have had a different life. I grew up cooking. Like I literally grew up cooking.
your
I don't
cousins and
remember.
stuff. Yeah, I did all that. You know what I'm saying? We hungry on the weekends and all. Yeah, we was
Yeah,
whatever we wanted, but we didn't have no real cooking skills, bro. You know how to boil some stuff. You knew how to, like maybe pan fry, and you didn't know how to really bake from scratch and know how to like.
Yeah.
It's
Like
chefs like
cooking,
actual.
like throw down. Yeah.
Yeah, like a chef can come in your house and take the bare necessities and turn it into a gourmet meal, bro.
yeah. Now, no, hell no, 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 no,
Now,
no, no,
hey, not
no.
to get up.
But I
Hey,
was
y'all
a chef
know
in
who
high school.
you know who that remind me of?
Aaron,
Marnell, that you just okay. That's another person, but Kevin, Hood
Kevin
Kevin,
is
yep,
Niggas.
a
Kevin,
sheep
yep,
dog.
yep,
Kevin Rob,
Kevin.
Kevin Chinivon Chin
Mm-hmm.
Robinson, a
That nigga-
thousand teeth himself.
1,000 teeth.
That, hey, bro,
That's
I'm talking
somebody you
about
can
from
take up under your wing, Chef
that's
JD.
somebody, bro. I'm talking about, bro. When everything go down, oh, that nigga gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
He gonna that nigga will make a meal out, and I'm talking about. I used to be a
and
gang
be
of
good.
niggas over there. He'll make enough something from scratch. Everybody eat,
All of
bro.
us to eat.
Two fish and 5 loaves of bread.
Bro, for
Hey,
real.
Kevin,
For
And
hey,
real.
he
so,
make it happen.
like, real cooking, there are certain ingredients that take a lot of ingredients, but in the world of culinary arts, man, simplicity is best because you don't always need a million things. You just got to know how to put it together.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
people,
You just
I
gotta
need
go
to
know
add
what
this
goes
and
with
add
what.
this and add
Yeah.
this and
Yeah,
add.
yeah.
Nah,
I see
man,
what you're saying.
I nigga, you saying mama used to use about 3, 4, and man, she
So do
seasoning,
you use the
salt,
same
some onion
combinations a lot?
powder, some
I'm
pepper.
sorry, real.
Are you good?
My bad.
So,
On your
okay.
spices.
Okay. So, when it comes to cooking, there's a lot of similarities from culture to culture, from country to country. So, say for instance, in Caribbean cooking, they use a lot of the same spices and things and seasonings and herbs as Mediterranean cooking. But if you remove one or two ingredients, then you actually have that cuisine. Now,
Hmm.
from Mediterranean cooking, Northern African, like certain places in Northern Africa, it is Mediterranean foods, but they have a few different type of spice combinations to where if you interchange them out, then you have Indian cuisine, which
Right.
is
Hmm.
South,
Like
well,
Right.
Southern
I see what
Asian
you're saying.
cuisine.
Right.
So
Ethiopian food and
Right. Just
yeah,
taking stuff out. And
yeah.
okay, and do you know one more thing? Do you know
Uh-huh.
any of the health benefits on different types of spices? Because when Jesus, whatever you want to call him, was born, he that's one of the things he was bought was herbs and spices. That plays a part in my head that these spices are important to our health and we are not tapped in with them.
Before modern medicine, that's what healed our bodies and our minds. Like if you don't notice, but let's take even 60 years ago. 60 years ago, which
Right.
that's around our parents' age and
Hmm.
our
Grandparents.
grandparents' heyday,
Hmm.
they wasn't as sick as we are now.
No.
And a lot of things stemming from the air, the food, and the water
Hmm.
that we all consume. And if if they can contaminate all three of them, the best thing that you can do is to detox your body. And so when it comes to spices and herbs, what a lot of people don't understand is from the seed is the spice, the stem is important too because like with like cilantro and parsley
Right, right. That
and
we
basil,
usually just use the
a
leaves,
lot
right?
of the flavor, the best flavor is in those stems.
yeah.
Yeah. So like okay, so if you don't want to buy some chicken stock or some vegetable stock, keep the stems of your parsley and you can create what's called a bouquet garni, and that is basically a
It's
little
like a
package
pouch.
bundle.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've
And
seen that before,
so
bro.
absolutely. And so you can use your chicken carcass and some water, some onions, carrots, and celery in your little pouch or your bouquet garni and just let it simmer all day on a cool Saturday. Skim the impurities and the fat that's going to rise to the top and strain it. And you have gallons of chicken stock opposed to going to the store and buying that little 16 ounce or that 32
Carton.
ounces for $3 or $4.
Right.
Hmm.
Damn.
Now, if you want to make vegetable stock, it's the same thing. It's just without the chicken carcass. If you want to make beef stock, that's a little further process, but it can be done.
Oh,
But you got to have just a little bit of know-how because like we've been touching on this entire pod, the prices of food is astronomical now. And so something that I have noticed with certain stores is you cannot even grow certain vegetables from the seeds.
right.
So
Hmm.
some of my favorite stores to shop at is like Sprouts. And
Mine too.
I even shop at Aldi. I used to love shopping at Hen House because
Their fruit is
they
fresher. It feels
they
like.
it's fresher and they deal with a lot of local markets. I love shopping at 5
Right.
because certain times of the year they have certain things like for me, I'm a seasonal chef. So I like to cook and
Court
utilize
season.
freshest things that's of that season. So
Hmm.
we are we are currently in fall, right? So some of the things that are in season right now is like arugula, apples, pears, artichokes, beets, winter squash. On since it's still early fall, seeded grapes. I love seeded globe grapes. You should eat seed too
Eat them
because
and then
of
start
the
spitting them
compound.
around.
I'm glad you said that. I was just talking
Yeah.
Eat the
to
seeds because it is
somebody
so
about
much
that saying
Oh,
you
nutrition
eat the
gotta
into
seeds.
the
eat the
eat
seed.
eat
Yeah,
the
they
seeds,
eat the
eat the seeds.
seeds.
But don't eat apple seeds because they have traces of cyanide. So
Cyanide.
it, yeah, it's certain fruits and vegetables that you can of course eat the seeds if they are visible, but in
Doesn't
like,
almonds
okay,
have cyanide in them too, though?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
And we drink
absolutely,
almond milk.
yeah, but just like I was saying earlier, almond milk really ain't good for
It's
you.
real like
It
soy, ain't it?
well,
It's just empty.
yeah, yeah, and so they'll put less than 1% of
Oh, okay.
almonds in that and a whole bunch of extracts and a whole bunch of preservatives.
Yeah,
But
like fruit juice, 2%
right,
juice, and then it's just
uh,
concentrate. I see
Exactly.
yeah,
what you're saying.
it's
Exactly.
it's all sugar. So if you want to make your own milk,
Oh yeah.
soak you some cashews overnight, some raw cashews. You blend them and you can strain them. If you want to make walnut milk, it's the same process. You soak them. You add good quality water. I would suggest no tap water, some good alkaline water that is 7.0 on the pH scale and above. Strain it, well, blend it and strain it through a fine mesh with some cheesecloth, and that should be good up to a week.
One thing I want to touch on right now, just before I
Hmm.
forget, you just spoke on walnut. Y'all gotta understand, bro. Them stinky things that we used to throw at each other when we was kids, them stinky balls, those are black
Black
walnuts,
walnuts,
Yeah.
yeah,
bro. They're
absolutely.
everywhere in Kansas City for free,
And black
bro.
walnuts are more expensive than actual regular walnuts, to where if you have a black walnut tree, you can sell that black walnut tree and get a couple bands off of it, if not
Hmm.
more. If
Man, I
not
don't
more,
know.
because
And they're everywhere in Kansas
yep,
City.
I ain't
absolutely.
no more. Y'all still be seeing those?
Yeah,
Hmm.
hell yeah,
Absolutely.
hell yeah.
Everywhere.
I
Everywhere.
still see them
Yep.
everywhere, bro.
Yep.
Everywhere, bro.
Yep.
And
Yep.
the
Black.
Uh,
blackberry trees are starting to come back. They disappeared, but they're starting to come back.
Yeah.
man, we used to get in trouble for, well, we didn't do it.
Eating,
Chris used
bro.
to
We
get
was
in
eating
trouble
them,
for
boy.
eating them because
I
I don't
was,
know why he was allergic. Chris used to
well,
break
I
out
was tearing them
and your
up.
mama,
We used to
man, we
climb the
used to be
tree just to,
on the
bro.
train
We used to
tracks
be in the tree
over there
just
by
eating them.
Benjamin Ranch, eating them damn berries, and Chris would go home and be broke out. Miss Kim would be fussing at all of us, like, why y'all over
Y'all
there
out
eating
there
them
eating them
damn berries?
berries.
She called them wild berries.
Yeah,
Y'all
wild
eating
berries.
wild berries.
What happened to those? Remember those? What was they called? They was white. They was like white flowers. We used to take them off, and then we'll suck the white flower. Where
Honeysuckle.
that?
Yes. Honeysuckle.
Where the hell?
Honeysuckles.
They there.
Honeysuckles. And if you can find a good source of dandelion,
Yeah.
dandelion
Dandelion,
greens is some of the most healthy greens that you can consume.
for real.
But
Hmm.
you just have to find a good source of them. But absolutely, like
Tea too.
it
Dandelion tea.
is all
Yeah, I do.
around us.
Hmm.
Things is all around us for us to consume. It's just that if the knowledge isn't there, if the information, now we are in the age of accessibility.
Right.
So the information is here now, but you just gotta grasp it. You have to step outside of your pride based system and learn you something, because it is beneficial to help you and your family.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you said that because you talked about it's because of we don't know. You feel what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
ignorance. People get offended by that word, but it's not
Yeah,
really a bad word. It just means a lack of knowledge. You just don't
exactly.
you don't understand something because you don't, not because of your unlike, you don't know. You
yeah.
didn't
You
have an
just don't know.
idea. I was ignorant to most of the stuff that we're talking about tonight. So don't look at that as
I
a
was
bad
blind, but now
thing.
I see.
Exactly. So when I say we ignorance, but and that always, I'm this person, so forgive me, but it always brings me back to, we talking about how everything is around us. God always provides the things that we need. We can never say God never gave us what we needed because it's all around us. You feel what I'm saying? But he also said, our my people perish because of a lack of knowledge. We don't know that these things are around us for us to use or utilize, and or what's for what and what. Now that we have people like you who have gone to school and educated and done the research, done the work to actually be able to tell people that look like you because it's different when it comes from us. You feel what I'm saying? When
Exactly.
somebody that looks like us
No,
can come to us and educate us and tell us it's different. It hit
and
different.
then
You feel
us
what I'm
needs a
saying?
difference than them. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
be take it there, but we do need a difference from them.
Absolutely.
And and
Because
go ahead.
we are genetically different, and that's just what people don't realize. That's why a lot of things that feeds our bodies, they harm others, and that's just what it boils down to.
hmm And speaking of on being ignorant and getting some knowledge on things, we was talking about this before the show, and I straight up said I had no idea because we was talking about the city farms. I had
Oh
no
yeah.
idea what food deserts were. And he was explaining it to me, and I'm like, oh, that's dope. So I want him to kind of go into it and explain what food deserts are to you all and how they are accessible and the benefits of it.
Okay, so right before I get into that, I'm going to name some of these local urban farms that I didn't get to name off, but
Okay.
Young Family Farm, Global One Urban Farming, Herbivore Urban Farm, Green Acres Urban Farms, and Research Project, the Urban Farm Guys, and Urban Bounty Farms Inc. And two organizations that you can do some research upon to learn more about these local farms that are in the areas within the city limits is Cultivate KC and Kansas City Urban Farms Co-op. Okay, when it comes to food deserts, okay, so most food deserts are in low economical areas
Right.
um, within the inner city, right? So these areas have limited accessibility to foods. Okay, so I'm going to start talking about a a staple in Kansas City that's been there for many years that we have all frequented, learned to grow and love. Happy Foods, right?
Mm-hmm.
Happy Foods is a store that has served the community for many years, right?
Hmm.
And something that is sad is within a 10 block radius, you will find more fast food and unhealthy restaurants than you will find grocery stores with quality foods in the urban core. So
Hmm.
if I could think about it, in that area, there's four that comes to mind. Okay, you have Happy Foods, you have Leon's off of 39th Street. And then if you go a little west, you used to have Piggly Wiggly and
Hmm.
Thriftway.
Yeah.
But
Hmm
out of all of those stores, you don't always find foods that are dated right. And
Hmm.
I'm kind of dating myself mid to late 90s into the early 2000s. Those stores were, the staples in the community. But
They was.
around that core, it's probably 15 or 20 fast food restaurants compared to those four grocery stores, right? Okay, so
Right.
I think Dollar General has become a grocery store in the urban core. To be
now
honest with you,
though,
yeah, and
no,
it's not.
now,
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's not. Yeah, it is. It's nothing but
Terrible.
junk in there. Yeah.
right.
And,
It's a whole bunch of processed foods, like stuff that we we all ate growing up.
Right.
Hmm.
We all ate processed foods, and there's no way around it. It was a cheap way to feed our families. Okay, so food deserts is important because it's not a coincidence that when you have the big three, you have high blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol. By the numbers, the bulk of those cases are in the inner city cores across the United States where there's a lack of healthy foods. But on the flip side of that, eating healthy for some people is not always sustainable because healthier foods just they cost more. The
mm,
higher, especially with this climate that we're in now.
Hmm.
I know this because, like I said,
Yes,
I'm a
sir.
chef. I study food trends as far as the pricing because I deal with a lot of products, and when I tell you, food is about 4.5 times up right
Bro,
now than it was in
400%,
2019.
bro.
It's absolutely facts. So
I would have got rich off of that.
that's why it's imperative to start your own herb garden in your windowsill, and that way it can teach you how to start that process. So once you do get a house or a home or some land, you will already be a step of the game because just like Tree said earlier, we're gonna have to start living off the land again. And I've been telling people that too. You have to learn because if they ever was to shut stuff down, and that's why these big corporations is shutting down a lot of these like farmers that actually have farmland and they are buying up the land so that they can control the food because if you can control the food, the air, and the water, you can control health.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bill Gates. Speaking on that, Bill Gates did just buy up like damn near half the middle of the United States
Yeah.
farmland.
Farmland. Yeah. You want them
That's
seeds.
crazy. And somebody had a question. I
Yeah,
didn't want her to think that we didn't,
Yeah, we ain't
because
forget
we
about
saw
you.
you. I don't know if it's
Marley,
Marley
Marley
Patrick.
Patrick.
Marley.
How do you know what dandelion greens are edible?
Hey Marley, okay, so you want to make sure that it's an area that there really are limited pets because when an animal like urinates on that crop, if you don't notice, it turns yellow. It kills like animal urine. So I'm
Mm.
saying all that to say you will find them wild in an area that has open fields and farmland. I wouldn't do it in the city limits unless you have an area is
Private
that
land
has
or something
less
like that.
right
Uh,
No
that has
access to
less
like stray
pollutants or
animals and all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
you want to
Yeah,
find it in the
absolutely.
prison.
I heard that them
Yeah.
cats is the worst. The cat piss is the worst. Is
Actually cats and dogs is equally
hmm
because it will kill any any type of grass patch. So like if you are walking outside and if you
yeah,
ever see those little
with brown spots.
circles,
Yeah.
yep, that is dead grass, and they would have to dig that area up and restart the actual grass seed
Grow
there.
process. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not coming back. It's
You
not coming
talking
back.
about piss and fire?
So
Man,
basically,
it's
what you want to
it's
do is find
acid.
dandelion greens in an abundant area. Get
Yes,
somewhere out of the way.
Like a
Yeah,
absolutely.
out of
field or
the way.
something,
Mhm.
which we have a lot of.
Yeah, man. Uh, we got a lot of like down here. I think we still have dandelions. Like I saw them. Well, more so when we was at the house in Mansfield. But like up here where I'm at, I may not that many, but like you said, it wouldn't be in an area to where I would
Less
just know
populated
that
areas
Right.
always.
edible, right? You know what I'm saying? Because niggas
Mm,
walking their dogs
baby,
all
yeah,
up
they
and through
killing.
here, so
Man,
they
you
tearing
don't
it
want to
up.
These
see all them.
dandelions around here gotta be. They be trying to kill these mugs, so they gotta be crazy.
See,
But
they know well more than us. That's why they try to kill off the things or
That we need the most.
right. And so the things that we need the least is in abundance. It's in abundance. Like,
Hmm
and before we go, I want to touch on this, and this is another thing that we used to eat, and maybe a lot of people still eat. And I will urge people, everybody that is watching this,
Uh-oh.
stop eating them packaged top ramen, ramen noodles,
The
all
ramen
that stuff.
noodles.
Like if you all knew what what process they do to create them, it will make you sick.
Right.
So,
man,
and
that
that's
shit don't
something
even
that
taste right,
we
bro. Like
grew up on.
Oh,
Ramen noodles, top ramen,
the frozen pieces.
American.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just had some
yeah.
too.
I just went to the Asian market and bought some
I just
imported.
ate some.
I like them straight from the, you know what I'm saying, from Korea.
Now,
Where you feel me?
now, if you go there, they have some that are better for you. But if you flip that package over and see how much sodium it is
Oh yeah.
per the amount for
Mhm.
per serving that you're supposed to eat, it's like a half of a spoonful.
Oh yeah, I know. I think.
Because if you eat a whole package or two or three, because that's what some people do, you have damn near tripled your
Mm.
daily consumption of sodium, and that will lead to high blood pressure, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, and
Because if you eat anything
worse.
else for the rest of the day, it's a wrap. I see what you're saying.
Absolutely, yeah.
Damn.
That's wild, bro.
Damn.
God.
That's crazy.
And and when it comes to like your specific salts, because
Tearing our ass up.
Yeah.
the
Man,
only
bro.
salts I use
Verge of
is
a stroke the whole
is
time. I
sea
mean,
salt,
Bro.
is kosher salt, and pink
I'm over
Himalayan
here
salt.
pissed.
Those are the only three salts that I use for when I cook personally,
yeah.
for my family, and for my classes I teach. And I am teaching all this education in my classes that I teach. So there's a lot of things to really dive deep. Like when it comes to my spice blends, I
Mm.
will buy every spice that I need for my specific blends, opposed to buying store-bought stuff because
What
it's
they
so
take.
sodium laden, and they use it because salt is a preservation ingredient.
Are you
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Are you making your own spice blends?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
yeah,
be making
You
my
yes.
ain't
own.
Every
you're not
spice
selling them
blend,
yet? You're
huh?
selling them? You're selling them?
So not yet, but I am doing the research because okay, so
Okay.
getting that stuff packaged, it's a further process, but
Yeah,
I
I understand, bro.
create amazing spice blends, sauces, my salad dressings and my vinaigrettes, all from scratch. I'm a super
Gotta
scratch
start
chef.
You know
slanging
what?
Yeah, I'm a
pouches,
super scratch chef.
Speaking
slang
of,
pouches, bro.
as y'all
So
can
you
see,
make.
we got his information scrolling on the ticker at the bottom.
Hmm.
So right down there, y'all see it at the bottom. So man, make sure y'all check him out. But while we got him here, man, was so uh pleasant enough to send me some photos of
Mm.
some of this good eatery, man. So
Select,
I'm gonna share some
Blessed
photos with you, man,
assurance.
and
selectable
just you can kind
delights.
of just go through the different dishes
Let's
here
see
and let
this
everybody
Jeff's
know.
finest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Mm-hmm.
got them showing up with the little, what is that, the
Apple
Mediterranean
cut there on
salmon.
that thing.
Yeah, tell us what it is, bro.
Okay, so
Go
okay,
back.
so
Yeah, I
This
want
the
to know
same
how.
one. This the same plate.
Okay, I
no
gotta
no
do
no
my
no no.
homework.
No, they ain't the same
No,
plate.
it ain't
Oh,
the
the
same
same
meat.
one with the
Yeah, yeah, it
lime.
ain't the
Okay,
same
yeah,
meat.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that first plate is pan seared halibut. So what I
Mm,
did was I used some grapeseed oil
Mm.
and I seasoned it well. I seared it, and then I used a little butter to butter baste it. You want to butter baste your foods because butter is fat and it adds flavor. Up under it is a basic rice pilaf. On top of it is a white pear and
Pear.
white peach salsa.
Okay. White
Mm.
completed.
peach go crazy.
Completed.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah. You got yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta read
I might have to.
Okay,
okay.
so
Sperry?
this second plate is one of my classes I teach is a Mediterranean class, right? So that is one of my spice rubs, which is a Mediterranean spice rub with roasted asparagus. Up under it, it is Israeli couscous with mint and toasted pistachios and red bell pepper, and it's two sauces. One is a smoked paprika oil, and the other one is a lemony tahini sauce.
And what's
Bro,
what's the fish again?
this nigga
Huh?
running it
That's the
down.
salmon. Or what is that?
It is a Mediterranean spice rub salmon. So
Salmon.
basically, I just said, okay,
Oof.
here is a fish. It's called mahi mahi,
Mahi mahi. Yeah.
Mahi mahi.
and that is my Southwest spiced lightly and
Mm.
grilled.
Okay. I
Mm,
like that. That look
okay.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And get some couscous in y'all life, man. For real.
That
Couscous.
is my vegetable lo mein. So I create my
Damn.
own. lo mein sauce, and I used linguine noodles opposed to those other noodles because sometimes you can sub certain noodles
Hmm.
for other noodles
Yeah.
for Asian dishes.
So that's
So
like shrimp Alfredo noodles,
no,
Yeah.
no, no. It's a little thinner. So
a little
those are
thinner.
those are linguine noodles.
That's the ones
So
I like
yeah,
though. I don't like the
yeah,
shrimp. They're too thick. Those are the ones
right,
I
right,
like that
right,
you're talking. What is
right.
those linguine? Okay, that's one. Yeah,
Mhm.
thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
So so it's about half the size of fettuccine noodles. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
there
Mm-hmm.
is broccoli, red bell pepper, zucchini, mushrooms, carrots, and it is garnished with green onions or scallions.
This nigga looking like Diddy. This nigga
Mhm,
looking like Diddy on the food.
mhm.
Hungry boy. I'm saying.
What's up?
Ah, yeah, that
Okay,
should be good.
so
Oh,
that was a special dinner I did for some clients. So that's that plate that I showed you. Second, I was just finishing up for my client. So I think I had 7 or 8 that night.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. 7 or 8. What does that look like in terms of your services? Say we
yeah.
want
I
to
was just about to. I didn't want to. I didn't want to know if I should do it or not. I was just thinking that though, bro.
notice what the people want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I got a partnership with this company called Cozy Meal, and I've been teaching classes since 2019.
Okay.
So just a little back history on that company. They started in the San Francisco Bay Area in 2014. In every major city in the United States and a few international cities, they have a Cozy Mill chapter. So in my the link in my bio on Facebook, you can tap it. I have classes. Okay, so this here
Is that a
is a
gyro?
no,
Chick-
it's a roasted chickpea pita
mm,
with fresh made pitas. It has red onions, feta, grape tomatoes, romaine lettuce. Don't eat iceberg lettuce. It has
Love romaine.
zero
Mm, that's
nutritional
all I eat now.
value
okay,
and
Romaine.
and roasted chickpeas and some chopped zucchini, and that is one of the
Oh.
healthiest things that you can get. It's a
Mm-hmm.
good summer dish, and sometimes you can have fries with it or some couscous or whatever side you want to. Yeah,
My granny makes zucchini bread and sweet potato bread. I grew up off of that, bro. It's fire, bro.
zucchini bread with some chocolate chips in there is
Oh
great.
my god, bro.
I ain't never heard of that. That's
Okay,
Bro, I'll
so
give you some when the Christmas comes around.
for sure.
So that is my apple harvest salad. The
Okay.
reason why it is an apple harvest salad is because when I made that, it was last December. We were in the fall, heading into winter, so apples were in season. They were at its peak. That has some fresh made croutons.
All right.
It has spring mix and butter lettuce in it. I did some blue cheese and some julienne red onions, my apple vinaigrette from scratch, of course, and some glazed pecan, no, some glazed walnuts on there.
Mm,
Mm,
okay.
God.
Look good.
Hey, now, I ain't
And,
gonna lie. This last one is my favorite one that you seen, bro.
Boy.
Well, lay it on us, brother.
Yeah.
Oh
okay,
my god.
so for another one of my international classes I teach a Caribbean food class. So I
Take me to
so that
Caribbean.
is jerk chicken over rice and peas with grilled lime, and in the
Right.
back is mango salsa.
Mm,
My jerk chicken I marinated for 2 days. I got a
Lord.
process that I do, and just to show you how good it is, humbly, I got amazing reviews on that. Like when I tell you, it's people that have been to the Caribbean and they have told me, like I've been down there and their jerk chicken is not even touching this a little bit.
boy,
So,
you done
but
changed
but
the
Do
game.
you
man,
get
like
bored and
You done changed the game.
do you get bored and
Man.
sell plates or anything?
I know, right? What
so
the plates at? Wow.
okay, so I used to sell plates back in the day. I have advanced, but there's a few
Yeah, I
things that I'm
understand.
working on right now that
Hmm.
will that will get people plates in abundance. If you can
Okay.
read between those
Yeah, I
lines.
got you, bro. Yeah, I
Okay,
got you.
okay, yeah, yeah. So, but honestly, like I just never stop growing, and I really put
Keep
a
pushing.
lot because when it comes to culinary arts, it's just not a means to make money. Like I truly care about the people that I'm serving because people work hard for their money, and I know I'm a busy man, and I know for the people that book me, they are busy as well. So I never take for granted any booking. Okay, so when it comes to my classes, the prices vary. And then also I teach a sushi class. I got this other venue out in Lenexa
Mhm.
that I teach a sushi class for a minimum of 15 people up
Mhm.
to 42 people. And
Okay.
so
Okay. Okay.
my prices vary, but and people will pay for good quality food. And I want to just be able to give them a great presentation. And I really care about this because I'm gonna make the money because folks ain't gonna never get tired of eating, but it's what you put into it and it's how you care for people. Because something that I tell my clients is if I would not feed my family this, I wouldn't feed you this.
Right.
Hmm.
That's
That.
what's up, bro. And that's honorable. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I look for in people that are doing business or just anything in life, man. Are you doing it honorably? You feel what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
Absolutely.
we lack such a moral compass these days and everything. And it's like when it comes to people's business or their talents or their skills, it's just like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I'll be
it's
right back. So I'm
like
go
y'all
Okay.
this
good. You
this
good.
charge right
Uh
quick. And
it's cutthroat, you feel what I'm saying? And so
Oh,
for you to be able to be uh to have the type of mindset and the heart that you do to be the way you are with this information and how you go about your business, that's commendable. So I definitely double salute you for that.
Me too,
Uh
brother.
thank you so much, bro.
sure.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to get you when I come in town, man. I'm gonna have to hit you, see what your schedule like, and hit you about 2 3 days early so you can marinate my jerk chicken in some
Man,
pork and
I'm
beans
telling
for,
you,
for
I'm
two or
trying
three
trying to
days.
get
You
some
feel
of
me?
that jerk.
Bro,
Man,
no
shit.
Diddy.
Pause, cause I know how. Yeah,
Bro,
exactly. I was saying
nigga,
that cause I know how
nigga.
y'all niggas.
I wasn't thinking about nothing. I'm thinking about
No,
some chicken.
I'm saying some food. You feel what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
am.
I'm
You know what I'm
worried
saying? I
about
don't
He
know
said,
some
why.
I
You
ain't
know,
home.
I'm so
like you
hungry
know what I'm
right
saying?
now. Look,
Thinking
y'all
about
know
straight nigga, like that shit look
Marinated
good.
chicken.
I'm about to
Man,
grab
lit
something to eat
up.
right after we done. You feel me?
Nigga, I got your boy hungry on here. Salute to everybody still hanging out with us, man. We still got a lot of people in here. I can't believe y'all stuck around like this for this
I
entire
can believe it.
episode, man.
I
Bro,
I
thank y'all.
can,
Thank y'all.
but you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Thank
I know how to
everybody who
I know how the attention span is for people. You feel what I'm saying? Like, oh, they just talking about shit. We get up. Like, yeah, we ain't with no entertainment BS tonight. You feel me? We was
no.
Straight,
educating
straight
y'all, man.
knowledge.
I'll feed you
Trying to
literally.
help,
You know what I'm saying?
trying to feed you. You know what I'm saying? Feed your spirit and your mind and your
Yep.
body. You feel what I'm
Yep.
saying? We trying to get us right. If you guys have not checked out the channel, man, go over to our YouTube, man, and check out the last episode we did, episode 15, Monday Madness, man. It was a good one, entertaining as hell, funny as hell. Uh, we had a good time on that. Hold on, we
Yeah, if
got
y'all
any
want us to
feedback?
have Jeff come back to drop some more knowledge, let us know
Yeah.
because we all need this and the knowledge evolves. So he's growing so we can grow. He's gonna gain
Oh,
more
what's
knowledge. I
going
hope he
on,
comes
Pop?
back to drop that knowledge.
Hey, and we only
What's
growing,
the
so
deal?
maybe the next time
Hey,
we can have a kitchen setting. You know what I'm saying, and whip something up for the people to watch and see.
absolutely.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Hey,
I
bro,
would love to
bro,
come back whenever
bro.
you all have me back.
For
And
sure.
so I want to do something because now that I've had you on, I've had Yashariah on. You big on the food side, he's more so on the herbal side of things. I would like to bring both of y'all back. Uh,
Absolutely.
whenever I
Absolutely.
can get
Let me
And
know
if we
when.
can, let me get in on that on the history because it was a lot of stuff that I wanted to drop in on
yeah,
this
because we
topic.
talked about the
Yeah,
maize and everything with
yeah,
the
yeah.
fruit. So
Mhm.
yeah, I
It
wanted
was times that I wanted to cut in, but I didn't.
Ah,
and
okay.
Yeah.
I think that that's what we need because we need to see how all these things tie into one another and how we can all use what we know and what our strong
Together.
suits, our talents,
Hmm.
our things that we've learned and put them together, man, and make something beautiful,
For
like
sure.
really beautiful. That's not just man-made or you know what I'm saying. It's something that was given to us because God put these things in us. You feel what I'm saying? That your ability to understand food and to articulate and to do the things that you can do with with your talents, that's God. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Most people may not
God
recognize it
using
as that, but God is using you, you
you.
know what I'm saying, in that way. And I feel like the more that we lean into that and bring it together, you know what I'm saying, I feel like we can really make a powerful statement out here and shake up a lot of things and help a lot of people in the process. That's the whole point of this podcast when we started it was to reach people and teach people,
Right.
help each other, man, because like I said, it's a journey, man. None of us got all the answers, but where we can seek out each other and piece this thing, this puzzle, this
Together.
big old puzzle, man. We all got a piece to
Right.
it.
We all
We can
got
put this
pieces to
thing
the
together.
puzzle. It's got
Together.
to come together.
Yeah, it's
Facts.
Absolutely.
got to
And
come together.
we are all to be of service to each other, man. And at the end of the day, once you remove ego, then we can really grow as a people, man, because we are so behind, but we are taking strides to get there. But it's gonna take these type of meeting of the minds for us all to come together and bring something to the table and just grow.
For
Well,
sure.
huh, ain't that right?
Nah,
He ain't
facts.
lying.
You know, right.
You better believe it,
He
buddy.
ain't lying. But
He ain't lying.
man, it was a pleasure having you on, Jeff, man. We've been on
Sure.
this thing hour and a half, so we had a
Oh,
good
Lord.
time tonight, man, and we had a great turnout. Like this has probably
Yeah.
been like on out of the on like as far as live stream and original state, not just people going back viewing it. Like this probably the biggest one that we've done, and I'm happy about that because they let me know some people was getting
Thank y'all for
fed too.
having
You
me,
know what I'm
bros.
saying?
Thank y'all
So.
for having
Appreciate
me. 100%.
No problem at all, man. You got anything, shout outs, anything you want to say before we get off here?
Okay, so one more thing I want to touch on is like food diets and food trends. So there's different food diets that's out there. You have keto, paleo, the Mediterranean diet, but something that I really want to touch on is veganism versus plant-based
you.
because some people try to interchange that.
Explain the difference.
Okay, so there's a lot of people that have heard of Dr. Sebi, or some people say Dr. Sebi. He
Hmm.
has a list of foods, seeds, herbs that he has crafted that are considered electric foods, that
Alkaline.
will help. Yeah, but we are electric people, so these foods will help us to operate at our highest quality standard, right? So it's that list. Now if you are plant-based, that is all things plants. Some people eat a raw plant-based diet, but when you are vegan, a lot of vegans eat a, a lot of soy-based
Right.
food. So, and we can't naturally process
For sure.
soy. We can naturally process corn and or peanuts. That's why they show up in our bowel movements.
Hmm.
Okay,
Mm.
so but there's alternatives that you can use if you don't want to use soy sauce. You can use amino acids or coconut aminos.
Right.
Growing up, I was allergic to coconuts, but literally in a couple of weeks, I go get a food allergy test because as you grow older, your food allergies can change. So I hope that I'm not allergic to coconut anymore because coconut is one of the most healthy foods that you can eat
Right.
on this.
Yes.
So, but when you are a vegetarian, of course you eat certain cheeses. And when you are pescatarian, that is a seafood based diet, like fish, certain seafood. So this information is vital because you should know what to eat and how to eat it, and not a lot of people do. But it's conversations like this that will help to open up the doors so that everybody can just push through, learn together, and grow.
Side
Big
note, real
fact.
quick, drop a bar. Uh, the reason why so many people have a food allergy to peanuts is because peanuts is man-made. Peanuts has not been around that long. George Washington Carver is the man that came up with the plant with peanuts, y'all. They haven't been around for 60 years, 50 years, not that long.
You sure about
Damn.
that? That's he
Uh,
made a peanut.
John,
I thought it was just
yeah,
like
John Washington Carver, look him up, bro.
George
I know
Washington
who he
Carver.
is. George
George
Washington.
Washington Carver, my bad. George Washington Carver,
Yeah,
my bad.
He did invent the peanut. That's crazy. And
peanut.
when you think
And
about it, like
and
he was
and
It
made
might be
also
more
making
years than
food.
that, though. It might be more years than that because I'm tripping. It's 2024, so it might be more, way
and
more.
also something that is important because people think that you can just get protein from a steak, but spinach, mushrooms,
Yeah, fire
certain
poke.
nuts,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the strongest animals on this planet are plant
A
based.
plant.
Cows, bulls.
Hmm.
Bulls eat nothing but
They
plant.
put it in the movie. They put
Silverback,
Popeye
go-
was eating the grits.
silverback,
Not really.
gorillas,
Like the
elephants,
cook up
these are some of the strongest animals, and they eat a vegetarian diet.
Yep.
Well, a plant based diet.
Oh
Right.
yeah, one of the
Right.
purest proteins I use is pea proteins.
Eat protein. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely pea
Mhm.
protein. Gained a
What
lot of
is that?
peas, like the peas we
Oh,
eat.
peas. I hate
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's
peas.
protein from the peas. It's cleaner.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's casein.
I hate peas,
Not
bro.
an
That's
it's not an animal protein. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
straight from the plants.
ugh.
But see, we all got fed tonight in some type of way. I hope.
I know, absolutely.
I hope that all the people watching or listening, I hope that you all were able to take something from this,
For sure.
gather some of the information. I hope that y'all learned some things that you want to apply to your life because it ain't just about knowing it. You feel what I'm saying? Because they say when you know better, you do better. So
Yeah.
let's
Not all the time.
know better and start
And
doing
do
better.
better.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Let's start knowing and doing, which is look, y'all know I gotta go here, but that goes back to like I said, in reading, research, and learning too, because like you said, you know what I'm saying, let it be a blessing to the readers, the hearers, and the
And the
doers.
doers
The
of his
doers.
word.
There's
Absolutely.
always work that must be done at the end of this thing.
Mhm.
But man, we appreciate y'all for rocking out with us tonight, man. We had a
Definitely.
great time, an awesome time. This is one of my most favorite episodes. Educated me, man, and like blew my mind in a lot of ways about a lot of things, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as we did. We will be back potentially next weekend. I gotta check the schedule on that, but I want to be able to bring uh Chef Jeff back and bring back Yashariah so we can talk about these herbs and some more about this food and how they tie in and have Bullet throw the history in on some of these foods and herbs and how it all ties in together and do it like that. But this has definitely been another episode of the We the People podcast. I'm your boy Tree.
It's your boy Bullet.
It's your boy L.
It's your boy Chef JD KC.
Hey,
Oh
all
yeah, man. We out.
right.